everyone, in this Madden 24 how to create a player video, I'm going to walk you through the player creation process. Now, where you do this depends on what mode you want to play. So if you're on a next-gen console or PC and you're interested in the Superstar mode where you develop a player from scratch and go through the draft and the career process, you want to be using Superstar. So when you go in there, this is where you would pick your position. So you can go with any of these positions here and create a player here. So quarterback, for example, we would hit that and progress through and then set up a player there. I'm going to come back out of that though, because that's fairly self-explanatory, and talk about if you want to chuck your player in one of the other modes. And for that, you go to Creation Center, which is this little logo here, hidden on the home page. I don't know why, it just is. And when we jump into Creation Center, I'm using A to select on the Xbox. Down the bottom left-hand side, if it's a different button for you, it'll show down there. That would be X on the PlayStation. So when we're inside here, we want to look at this one here, Create Players and Edit Uniforms. So we'll jump into here, and then we will create a player. So the create a player area gives you loads of different things: the player bio, rating, attributes, abilities, contract info, etc. So I'm going to walk you through each of these and just explain them real quick for you. First name is, funny enough, your first name or whatever name you want to give your player. So we could go for this, and I'll just type in my online name here. So we'll go Grub, and then we'll go with last name Magnet. Bit of branding, you get the idea. So it doesn't have to be a real name, you can call yourself whatever you like. Now the surname will go on the back of your shirt, so bear that in mind. So we got Mr. Magnet here, and then pick what position you want to be. So quarterback would of course be pretty fun, but you can go with any position you like. It's entirely up to you. So you go all through the different positions here. So if you want to be a wide receiver or whatever, but I'm going to stick with the quarterback. You can then pick what team you want to be on. Now this is important because you will be inserted into the roster for this particular team. So pick whatever team you want to play for. So for I don't know, let's go with the Raiders. Let's say I want to be the Raiders. You will see the uniform will change to be the Raiders there, and I'm going to be a quarterback for the Raiders. I can also pick the number, so I can go with different numbers here on the back. So lucky 12, 14, whatever. I'm going to go with lucky 12. And whether I want to be right or left-handed, so I'm just using the left stick to go through these settings, by the way. College, what college did I go to? I think I went to Nevada. Birth year. Do I want to be my real birth year or a bit younger? Probably a bit younger because I'm too old to be an NFL player now, man. Too old. Birth month, birth year. Obviously, you can just change this to whatever you want. And how many years you've been pro. What's your hometown? Orlando. So that one, rather than the left stick move, you just select it, and then you can type it in a different one if you want. State. So you can go through all the different states here. That's back to left stick. We can then, right at the bottom of here, edit the appearance. So when we go into here, this is where we can edit gear and appearance. So the gear, we've got their headgear here, and we can go quite a lot into detail here and come up with a look that we like. So we can have different masks. So some of these can't be equipped depending on what I've got as the other modes here. So you can pick whatever one of these you want. So if I want a little 2-bar here, and then I'm using right button or whatever button it shows on the left side, top left there. So that'd be R1 on the PlayStation. Do I want a visor like this? Do I want a Robocop? Do I want a shiny visor? Or whatever you want. So, or do you want no visor? So you can say none. Do we want a mouth guard? So do we want to look like this? That's entirely up to you. I don't want no mouth guard, man. Do I want any face marks or tape? So we could have a bit of tape on the face there, or a bit of, eye paint. It's entirely up to you whether you want to do that. And then, so do remember to hit select if you do want that. So let's say we do want some marks. I'm going to go with those. And then let's have a little look here. What we got here? I don't even know what this is. Oh, helmet model. So different models that we could go with. So if you want a particular brand, helmet, you can go with whatever one you want. So let's go with that one. So that's that bit done. When you're done with that, you can rotate with the right stick. Just check you're happy with the lock and then come back out. And then we can go do the same sort of thing going through the torso, the arms, the lower body and the feet. So if we have a little look at the torso, so we've got loose jersey sleeves at the minute. We could tighten that up if we want, or have them longer. It's entirely up to you. So just pick whatever one you like. I actually like that one, so I'll leave it as it is. Back plate, whether we want a back plate on or not. So you can just see at the bottom of the t-shirt it's just changing a little bit. So these are fairly minor changes, but you can have bigger pads to make your player look huge. With the shoulders there, huge pads, which you probably wouldn't have with the quarterback, I wouldn't have thought. So, but you can put them on if you want. Whether you want a neck roll on or not. And then flak jacket or not. So entirely up to you. And last thing, an undershirt or not, so whether you want that or not. So just hit A to equip any of those. On the arms, we've got things that we can add. So we can add, like various compression bandages or, stickers or all sorts of stuff, which, helps make your player look that little bit different on the pitch when you're out there. So we could put something on like that, or a little sleeve underneath, or compression there, maybe that one. And you can do that left arm, right arm, so we can have the same sort of thing on the right if we want. So you can see it's defaulted, so we've got them on both, but we could have it just on one side if we wanted, like that. Or we could have a different thing on the right side, like that. Entirely up to you. And then the right elbow, we can have various different things. So we could have a pad. Some of these will override other ones, so I don't think you can have two, so in certain circumstances, but we could go with that, select, and then we've got the left elbow, left wrist, right wrist, etc. So let's see whether, we can have the wrist thing as well as the arm that we had before, so we'll go with something like that, and then whether we want gloves, so we can have the, it looks like you can have different gloves as well, different gloves for each hand by the looks of things, so. Oh, sorry, I didn't pick it, so let's go. See if it puts them on both. And you can see it adjusts those to the colours of whatever team you're on. It looks like you can have a different glove on each side, or the same glove. So we'll go there. And then, what's the last thing we've got here? Gear wrist, more gear stuff. So you get the idea. We can do all of that. So let's back out of there. So you can see we've added quite a bit of stuff there. Back out again, lower body. I think there's a bit you can do here. What you may find is that on the older consoles you might not have quite as much options here. So this is if you want a towel. It drives me mad when that's on. But you can have that hand warmer, hand warmer position. Whether you want something on the knee, so different knee pads or not, entirely up to you. And then we've got nothing on the compression shorts. What we've got on the thighs, so slightly different thigh pads if you want. So again, A to equip any of those if you want them. Feet, you can see there's quite a bit of stuff you can do with the sock height. So we can have lower socks, for example. The left spat, that's like the kind of the wraparound of the boot, whether you want that on or not. And then you can do the shoe model. So we've got various different shoes we can have. So if you want a different type of shoe, you can go all through these and see, whatever shoe you want. Let's go with that one. Why would you have two different shoes? I don't know. That's quite strange. But it looks like you can have two different shoes, which was, I don't know why you would do that. Why would you have, is that a thing in NFL? Surely not. So you might want to pick the same shoe each side. I can't remember what shoe it was now, to be honest. So, but you get the idea. And then again, if you want to spat on the right side, so that's our sort of apparel. And then you've got the appearance. So this is where you can adjust head and skin. So if I want this guy to look a bit more like me, I can pick a different look here. So we go and have a little look through all of our players here. So we've got lots of generic heads. I think, let's have a little, no, where do you change skin? Let's have a little look. So if I want to change skin, is it a head as well? I don't know actually. Oh yeah, there we go. So we've changed it through different ones here. Is this guy a little more like me? He doesn't look anything like me, does he? You're rubbish. So I think you're going to be stuck with, we'll see whether we can tweak this further. So I was looking for someone vaguely like me. This looks like I've not made the default look in Madden. So what about this guy? He doesn't look like me. I'm going to pretend he looks like me. So we'll go with him and then come back out. But he is a generic head. And then the physique you can adjust, so we can have different height. So if we want, actually he was bang on my height. I'm 6'4", so he's about that. That's probably about the same weight as me as well. But his gut is much slimmer than mine. So you can adjust all these sort of things, whether you want any definition on the arms, for example. If you want the arms to be a bit bigger, you can mess around with all of this. You get the idea. You can reset all of that if you're not happy with it though. So we've created all of that side of things. So that's all of our, you know, the detailed stuff. We then come into our ratings, and of course you can adjust the rating of everything. So we can say I want to be super fast, super agility, super aware, etc, etc, etc. You know, you would just keep going all through this, and you're probably going to want a 99 everything, aren't you? But it's entirely up to you. So you know, we just keep going that. And you can see it would take a while to up all of these, but there's so many different settings, as you would imagine. And of course, for things like a quarterback, you're going to be wanting good throw accuracy, etc, throwing power and all of that. So I'm not going to do them all, I won't bore you, but you get the idea. You've then got quarterback throw style. This is going to vary depending on what position you've played, but we've got that, the player style, balanced or whatever. Do you want to throw ball away? Yes, no, sense pressure, decision maker, aggressive catches, all this sort of stuff. Again, it's there if you want to change it. You can also set your contract info. Actually, that's all. Can I do anything there? Doesn't look like. It looks like it's just going to be set as it is. So let's say I'm happy with that player. The last thing I need to do is save them. So down the bottom you see there's the little menu button for me. So save. Do I want to save the player? Yes, I do. So the one thing I just want to show is you can then put them in the official roster or in a new roster. So if you want to mess around with lots of created players but not damage the original roster, you might want to do this. This will give you a copy of the current roster but with your player inserted. So new test done. So that means I can mess around with that roster, but you can see there's all my players. So if we come back out of here, and again, what we should now find is that player has been created. So if we go create players and edit uniforms, actually no, it's not there. So now the player has been created. We can edit the roster, or we can go and play with that player. So what we should find, hopefully, is if we go to quick games and then play now, and if we find the Raiders, hopefully we'll see in the lineup that my team is in there. So we'll go custom game and we will find the Raiders. There they are. And then we'll say we could go ready. Just set that, exhibition, and then advance. Skip that. And if we just have a little look on the coaching side, depth chart, and then find our quarterback. I didn't make the cut because I didn't do myself rated, but you can see at least I am sitting in there. So if I had increased my ratings above these other players, then I would be the default quarterback. So just to show you that they are added when we're using that roster. So I'll just quit out of there. So I'll just quit out of there. So there you go. That's how to create a player in Madden 24. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. I'll see you in another video. I'll put tutorials at the end of here that may help you out with other aspects of the game. And if so, and you want to be kept up to date with my latest and greatest videos, do hit that subscribe. That'd be awesome. Thanks so much.